previously FEA for some 53 years now. Light, and the real light is...
Anyway, the Attorney General and Minister for Economy, Civil Service and Communications, the Honourable Minister for Infrastructure and Transport, Rural and Maritime, Disaster Management and Met Services, Your Excellency, the French Ambassador and your lovely wife, who else is here? Chairman and, of course, the Chairman and Board of Energy Fiji Limited, and the entire EFL family. Ladies and gentlemen, Bulaminaka, and a very good evening to you all. It is a pleasure to be here with you all tonight, even though I may be a bit jet-lagged. As you've heard, I've just arrived back in Fiji early this morning, returning from a very important trip to the United Nations high-level meeting on climate change in New York. But despite the long journey, I have to say there are a few things I'd rather be doing, like speaking directly with the hard-working men and women who quite literally power our nation. And the green theme here tonight makes my transition all that much easier. While in New York, I was busy pushing the world to more ambitious action to limit global temperature rise and curb the devastating effects of a changing climate. I spoke on the need for nations across the world to adapt their economies by curbing greenhouse gas emissions. Only by making our economies greener and more sustainable will this planet be left in a condition we can be proud to pass on to our future generations. Only then will our future be spared from the absolute ravages and ruins of an inhabitable planet. Some countries around the world seem to be willing to ignore this dire threat, as their colossal economies are insulated from the worst effects of climate change, either economically or geographically. When a strong storm hits their shores or their farmland suffers from the scorching sun, they see no real urgency for action. Even billions of dollars in damages aren't enough to change the most stubborn minds. To them, it's just the cost of doing businesses. In their eyes, they actually stand to benefit by sticking to their old ways, following the status quo. Probably seems like a safer choice for politicians who are focused on the short term. Inaction is cheap, and it is easy, and it is comfortable. Bold and decisive change, meanwhile, takes courage, and it takes vision. It often requires world leaders putting their own political careers at risk for benefits they may not be felt after their terms have ended. So this is short-sighted and it is selfish. In Fiji, we already have a glimpse into the future of what the world will be suffering from if global temperatures continue to rise. We Fijians are all too familiar with strengthening storms and rising seas. That's why it's so important for Fiji to lend its voice to the global stage, ringing the alarm bells for the rest of the world to wake up to the need for action now before it's too late. We're leading the world not only with our words, but with our deeds. Despite our nation being one of the lowest emitters of greenhouse gases in the world, we have led the international community by example, taking very big steps to adapt all aspects of our economy to be more conscious of our climate and our future. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, it fills me with great pride to see that EFL has clearly taken this mission to heart. Tonight's theme, focused on creating a green and renewable energy future, was on full display from the moment we arrived. And I thank you for fully embracing this critical mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time I officiated, it was for your Golden Jubilee, where we celebrated what was then FEA's 50th anniversary. Since then, your organization has undergone some major changes. And these changes have not been in name only. We've seen EFL transform into a fully corporatized entity, and EFL's customers were given the incredible opportunity to become shareholders in the company for the very first time, all at zero cost to them. This, of course, will pave the way for a new level of accountability and transparency, and literally put the company's profits into the pockets of the Fijian people. And the people, my friends, are what tonight is all about. We're here to recognize the accomplishment of EFL's employees and the hard work that they put in to keep the lights on in homes and communities all throughout Fiji. I want to personally thank you all for the job that you do, a job that often goes unseen. EFL workers go above and beyond, working rain or shine, and often through the night, to ensure that the power supply to our homes and businesses is not disrupted. It was EFL's employees who got our nation back on track as quickly as possible after Cyclone Winston. When international experts said it would likely take years to restore the damage that was done to our power grid, I knew this was unacceptable, and we needed to get Fiji back on track for the sake of our people and our economy. Day in, day out, EFL worked overtime to exceed expectations and had us back on track, not in years, but in months. Thank you. It was an accomplishment that you should all be proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of hard work is clearly part of the ethos here at EFL. You see the need for employees to perform at a standard of excellence. You understand that your salaries are not given, they are earned. We need more of that mentality to be reflected throughout all corners of our society. It's the very reason that my government has taken the bold action of undergoing extensive reforms to our entire civil service. If an engineer at EFL is underperforming, you are not going to give him the responsibility to fix the nation's power grid when the next cyclone hits. That would not only be irresponsible, it would be a disservice to the worker, to the company, and to Fiji as a whole. We need to understand that this same logic applies throughout society. We need the most capable people possible teaching our children, performing our surgeries, and providing all the essential services that Fijians rely on. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the leadership of EFL who brought the company to its position of strength where it stands today. I'd like to thank the chair and his board, the chairman, for his dedication, his innovation, and his vision, which has allowed EFL to evolve into a body that truly serves the best interests of the Fijian people. Chair, your decisive action and your forward thinking has kept electricity affordable in Fiji, helping to fuel our economic growth. And your leadership has resulted in more homes in Fiji being energized at that ending point in our nation's history. My friends, I offer my warmest congratulations to the entire EFL family for celebrating its first anniversary under its new name. And I particularly congratulate the individuals and teams who were nominated and will take home awards tonight. You truly represent the best that Fiji has to offer. Thank you, Vina William, and God bless Fiji.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And therein lies the challenge, ladies and gentlemen, for any